right, today we are continuing with our lesson of solving equations. We're going to be looking at problem number 2. Problem number 2. All right, now, who here feels confident they know what to distribute first in problem number 2? Anybody? That's right. So we're going to go over here. Go to this -3 right there, and you are going to distribute that to the 2x and that -4. All right. What else do we need to distribute? The 2. Right here, we're going to take that 2 and we're going to distribute it to the x and to the -6 right here. All right. So tell me, what do you have? What am I going to write all the way down right here? Go ahead. 6x is right. We have -6x right here. There's a -3 times a 2x is a -6x. And then we have a -3 times a -4, and that's going to be a +12, because a negative times a negative is a positive. There you go. Equals. Keep going. You're doing great. 2x. That's right. Nice one. Good job. That's perfect. Right there. All right. So the first thing, what was step number 1? What did we use? We used the. That's right. The distributive, which all Algebra 1 students need to know how to utilize. Okay. All right. Step 2. Step 2. I'm going to start with C. What do you guys think I'm going to say? That's right. Combine like terms. Right. You can only combine terms that are exactly alike. X's go with X's, numbers go with numbers. So, does anybody see any like terms? I got my highlighter. Anybody see any like terms on the left-hand side? 6x minus 6x. What does that get you? A whole lot of? A whole lot of nothing. Yeah, 0. So that, what does that do? These are called additive inverses. So that cancels out to 0. So what do we have left on the left-hand side? That's it. Just a 12 equals 2x minus 12. Ooh, let's go to step 3 to change numbers. Going to say we need to isolate the. What word are you going to use? Isolate the. You can't switch the V. Then an A. That's right, isolate the variable. You're right, our x values. Okay, we're going to isolate the variable. All right, which our variable in this particular case is the x. Okay, we're going to isolate the variable. Now, how do we get this 2x totally by itself? Right now, he's got a negative influence next to him. Yeah, what are we going to do? That's right, we're going to add 12 because we've got to get rid of that negative influence next to him. We're going to add 12 to both sides. But how did we do that? We add 12 to both sides. All right? What do we get over here? 24. And that's, oh, I'm kind of making a little bit neater. Equals, all right? That's equal to 2x. Very good. We are almost done, everybody. We have, how many more steps do we have right now? How many more? 1 more. So, what do we do now, everybody?
Divide.
That's right. Divide both sides by, that's right. By both. When I say both sides, what am I referring to? Okay, somebody's watching this video. Divide both sides. What side? Both sides of the equal sign, right. Divide both sides by 2. Divide this side by 2. Divide this side by 2. All right? And x is equal to, that's a horrible equal sign. To what?
12.
That's right, 12. So 12 equals x. We can also write x equals 12. And that is the solution for problem number 2. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use it. Since you guys have all the steps, we're going to use the graphing calculator to do it for us. Okay, so we want to make sure you guys know how to do that whenever you're taking a test. All right, that you're allowed to use a calculator. Some tests you're not allowed to use a calculator. You have to do it by hand. That's why we do it this way. So here's what I want you to do. Go to your graphing calculator. All right, x. All right, and we're going to put minus 3. We're going to open up the parentheses and type in 2x minus 4. We're going to close the parentheses. And you're going to go down. All right, and you're going to type in, let's see here, 2. Open parentheses. And what am I going to plug in now? Type in x minus 6. Right here. Now, why did I type this one in y1 and this one in y2? If you look back, back at your paper right here, okay? One second. You guys see this one right here. That's the one I typed in for y1. That's my y1. And this is the one right here that I typed in y2. So when you go back to your calculator, you'll see there's my y1, there's my y2. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the table. All right, we're going to go to the table. So it's second window. So we want to start our table at the number 12 to check to see if we're right. So you hit second window, and what does that bring you to? Table setup. We want to start our window at 12. Now, in order to find the table, you'll see tables in blue. So what do we have to hit to get to the table? Hit the second and the graph button, and that brings us to our table. Now, what do you guys notice about when x is 12? What is y equal to in both circumstances? 12. Whenever your y values, that means they share the same coordinate. That is the solution. The solution to this problem, okay, if there were two linear functions, the solution would be at 12, 12. Like this right here. This is the value for x. Right there. That's the value for x that makes it work. Okay. Now, we also have another program that you're going to be allowed to use. Okay? I'm going to go over here to Desmos and help me out with what we're going to type. Let's go over here, go to Desmos, and we're just going to type everything exactly as it looks. All right? So, once again, what are we going to type in? We're going to type in 6x. It's kind of cool, kind of graphs it as you're doing it. Minus 3, open parentheses, 2x, minus 4, close parentheses, hit the equal sign. Oh, not the plus sign. Equals 2, open parentheses, x minus 6. Now you'll notice, I don't see any answers, but if I start scrolling over, you see that vertical line? Where's that vertical line at? 12. Okay? So on this one, you would if you couldn't see it right here on the screen, you would have to scroll to where you saw that vertical line. And that allows you to be able to check it. All right, what we're going to do now is we're going to go down to number 3. Go down to number 3. This will be the last one we do on this recording. All right. All right, so at this point, what are we going to distribute first? What will be the very first thing we need to distribute on number 3? All right, 0.75. I'm going to distribute that first. And Lauren, what's the other thing we need to distribute? We distribute the 0.75. What's the other thing I need to distribute over here? That's right. That half right there, that 0.5, distribute it. So right now, everybody go ahead and distribute that. We'll see what you guys come up with on this second line. Go ahead and distribute that right now. All right. So right now, we're going to distribute this 0.75 right here. Actually, what did you do? 0.75x. I agree. Plus 15. Plus 15. Now, if you wanted to check this in a calculator, all you have to do is go to the calculator. All right, that is correct. All right. It is correct, yeah. Yeah, it's okay. So type in 0.75, and what did you multiply to? You multiplied it to a 20, right? Basically, by the way, how many cents is 0.75? How many cents? 3/4, right? So basically it's 75 cents. So it's 3/4. So I did 3/4 on 20. 4 goes into 20. How many times? 5 times. What's 3 times 5? That's another way to do it. Alright? So a lot of times, whenever I see this, what do I change it to? I change it to fractions. Right. Equals. Okay. 2. That's right, 0.5x. That's right, because half of 2 is 1. So half of -2 would be -1. Very good. All right. YouTube star. Don't worry, nobody watches my channel. Alright, so, if you say something ridiculous, nobody will ever hear you because I get like the least views in the video. Alright, so what are we going to do next? I'm not going to write the step, but what do I have to do from this point? Search for what? Yes, search for like terms. Alright, so we're going to scan for some like terms over here. Scanning, 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 scanning. Any like terms? Right here? No. Scan, scan, scan. Any like terms over here? Yeah. That's right. 2 minus 1. Alright, so hey, let's go and combine those. 2 minus 1. That's right. Okay. So over here, on this side, we're going to write 0.5x plus 1. Very important to put plus 1. Alright, equals 0.75x plus 15. Alright, so that's going to be your next step. Now we have to ask ourselves, self, where do I want to put all of my x's? Not in Texas. No, it's all my.
We watched a video of that on.
Did you? Yeah. So right now, where do I have the most positive x's? Do I have them on the left-hand side or the right-hand side? Where do I have the most? The left. So we want to put all of our x's over here. It makes it a little bit easier. So if I want to put all of my x's over here, that means I got to get rid of this. So how do I get rid of a 4, 5? That's right. Minus half of an x on this side. And minus, I'm going to put 0.5, 0.5, 0, because I'm allowed to. I can do that. I can always add 0 after a number. And if there's a decimal numbers. Alright? So, over here, these are called, once again, what are those called? The name of them, when it makes it equal to 0, when you add them together and it makes it equal to 0, those are called additive inverses. That's right, additive inverses. Okay. So all we have left on the right-hand side, all we have left is what number? That's it, 1. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and subtract this. What do we have left? We had 3/4, and then took away 2/4. Yeah. 0.25, so we have 0.25x plus a what? Plus a 15. Alright, we are almost done. We just took a multi-step problem, and now, how many steps do we have remaining for us once we hit this line? 2. Alright, now do we have the variables all by themselves? Or is there something like hanging out next to the variable that we need to get rid of? Yeah. So how do we, by the way, this is not a correct mathematics, right? But how do we max estimate? That's right. We take away a 15 from this side. We take away a 15 from that side. I know, it's just a made up one. Alright, so, of course, what do we have on the left-hand side of the equal sign? What's all you have remaining? What's left standing on the left-hand side? Yeah, 0.25x equals, we got a 1 and we're taking away a 15. What do we have over here? Negative 14, very good. Alright, so, then, what would be your final thing to do that you think we could do using the old calculator? Divide, alright, what are we going to divide? We're going to divide both sides by what? Yeah, 0.25. Okay, 0.25. Now, if I didn't have a calculator, everybody, if I didn't have a calculator to be able to do negative 14 divided by 0.25, which will get us negative 56, alright? If I didn't know that, alright, if I didn't have the calculator, here's what I would do instead, okay? What fraction is 0.25? A quarter. So if I have a quarter of x equals negative 14, what is the multiplicative inverse of 1 over 4? What's the multiplicative inverse of 1 over 4? 4 over 1. So you're right, 4. You get 4 over 1. So whatever I do to one side, I do to the other side. And the product of negative 14 times 4 is negative 56. That's what I would do by hand. Okay? Whenever there's a decimal, what do I want to usually convert it to? Convert it to a fraction. And then multiply it by its inverse. Okay? So, our final answer right here is, that's right, x equals negative 56. Now let me tell you something. This is where it'd be really difficult on Desmos to type it in because where is that vertical line going to be? It's going to be way over where? At negative 56. You'd have to like scroll a long ways until you could find it. Okay? So what we're going to do right now is I want you guys, in the calculator, I want you to type this in and type this in and show me that you can find the table where x is negative 56. Alright, so here we go. Help me out, Landon. Tell me what to type into y1. Y1 is what's on the left-hand side. So tell me what's on the left-hand side. Start out.
0.75.
0.75, good. Open parentheses. X. Plus 20, good. Close parentheses, just like that. We done? All right, so we go down. That's our y1. Go down now. What's that other one? 2. Is it 2 plus?
2 plus
0.5. Open parentheses. X.
minus 2.
Minus 2. So go and get that in the calculator just like that. All right, so does anybody remember once you get these plugged in, where do we go from here? Second? Second what? Second window? Why are we going to second window? Because we want to start our table where? Negative 56. This is the negative button that you need to use. Don't use the minus. That would be bad. You got to use the negative button. And then, oh, how do I check my table? Second. No, you're right. Second and graph. Is there two? Hey! What does this tell us? Why do we know that negative 56 is indeed the right answer? You're going to make me cry. Stop it. Yes, that's right. Good job. That's awesome. All right, so if they're the same, that means you got it right. Okay? All right. So here's what I want you. See if you guys can go ahead.